Hello everybody, welcome back. It's a new week, it's a new day, it's a new build. I've had a nice hot shower and the sun is shining, which is awesome, just like it is here. Oof, in my eyes too. It's been a little complicated in the last couple of days, so apologies for missing Friday's video. The power went out at 2 o'clock in the morning. And we had no water, we had no power, and the car registered minus 10 degrees Celsius on the highway on Friday morning. It's supposed to be autumn. Yeah, that was fun. But we are on the beach, we're at the seaside, we're on the coast, and I decided I felt like I don't feel like building houses at the moment. I built a gas station, petrol station, which I've put up on Mod.io. And today, guess what we're building? We're going to build a fair. But this is not a very large property, so it's going to have to be a little fair. But I thought, let's have some fun. So, we are going to... first of all, we are going to build out, and as you can see by the boards here, these are sort of slightly damaged. It's not a fancy fair, it's a place that you can go and get an ice cream, win a prize, maybe possibly ride the Ferris wheel. That's gonna be fun. But yes, so can you see something interesting that's happened? I am in this material. I go into this material. I actually cannot scroll down to the size. So I can just like sit here on the edge of it and it sort of gives it to me, but it won't let me scroll down, which is interesting. Don't know if it's my mouse or if it's just something weird has gone wrong. But we are going to start with probably a rough plaster, and I'm going to start with white, which is grey in this particular thing, and we are going to build an entrance. Now this is the center of the fairground, and I don't think that is going to be a wide enough path. That's a 2-meter entrance. So let's go over here and take it another meter, 2 meters. We go 1.6 and take it up. We got balloons in the air, which is awesome. Okay, so that's 1.4. There we go, and we're gonna just take I'll probably replace these pillars, but I do want something to actually put the words on before I take them down and replace them with something. So that's, let's see. You can see I'm calculating really not at all today. Okay, so if I do that, we are 3.4 meters. That should be fine. And then we can come across here and maybe take it down to there. Will these words sit on the... Yes! Lovely. Yay! Something worked. That was all meant. It was a thing, but not really. It's like my petrol station or my service station, where a subscriber by the name of Steven actually is from Canada, and he was like, "Oh, that's cool. It's very Canadian." I was like, "Oh, yes, it is, isn't it?" And I didn't even think of Canada, but I meant it. I did. And good luck with the elections, guys. I hope everything goes well. And we have the entrance to the fair. Now, I'm not going to make this a fancy entrance because, once again, as you can see, the fair is not exactly the fanciest thing in the world. So we're probably going to put a fence around it. Maybe a nice fence? Maybe something like this? It's just to keep people from, well, I suppose just channeling people in and out. I think wood would be good. would be good. And I think I'm going to go with the same color as the board. And I think this is, yes, that. And then this can be probably like a driftwood. Let's see what that looks like. You know, the fair is doing okay. It's just not, it's not going to fit, is it? Will you fit? That's weird. Did you see that? It fits outside of my area. Interesting. Very interesting. Will you fit? Yes. That is weird. So, can I get back in here? So I cannot plant my fence further out, which is going to be an issue on the sides, but it will extend out. That's fun. Okay, nice to know. We will probably put, if we're going to build a Ferris wheel, it's going to go right at the back here. So we're going to have a couple of stalls in the front, but let's build this pathway. I've got the board. I cannot see in the light. That's better. Oh, this wood should be facing the other direction. You know what? I'm not going to fight with this wood because this wood is giving me a bit of a trouble. So we're just going to go back like that. So we actually have a walkway. And then we can make... This fence is... not as close as that fence, and that fence is too close, I think. Because what I want to do is, we have got these chunkies that I never use. So how about we play with these today? Maybe? Is that too big? Probably, but hey, let's party. Copy that over there. And we can use this. And yes, I could probably take the wall away and just place it, but then the fence is not going to cooperate, more than likely, is it? We can always change the colors when we get something that we really like, but I'm thinking sort of, as I say, slightly run down place, nothing like sharp like my petrol station was. It's not that kind of place, but it'll be fun. We can always change the uprights here if we so wish. Don't sell it, please. and put a colour on here, like a red or blue. That's quite pretty. Purple, pink. That's not bright enough. We're gonna have to go should we go yellow? That could be fun. Make that one yellow and make this one, I don't know, blue. That's your ice cream colours right there, which is quite fun. And then we can always change these. I'm going to have to do this individually because otherwise they're all going to be the same colour. What colour do we want? Again, let me know. Any suggestions will be appreciated. Any ideas of what? We have no blue. There we go. And then we can always add something to the top here. That's going to be too chunky. This might work. If I put that there, let's copy that onto that, and then maybe make it blue. You're not going to sit up here, are you? I don't know, I'm just thinking some shapes and fun stuff here. That could be fun. Why is that? I want that. We can make this one pink. So guys, tell me, I'm interested. I've put my build for a couple of things now onto Mod.io. I've got so many thumbs down. Is it because I use move objects so much? I'm curious. I'm not upset about it, but I'm curious. Because how do you build interesting shapes without a move object? Or is it something else? Because nobody ever's like, ew, it's horrible because of X, Y, and Z. And I'm quite happy to take that kind of criticism. But I don't know. It's like weird. Okay, I am looking for these things. These are awnings. So let's have a look at what we have here. Now some of these awnings, actually none of these awnings can actually be enlarged, which is unfortunate. We're going to just have to use them. Yeah, we're going to have to use them inside an actual building. But now that we've got that fairground sign up, let's do that. And then we can put some other decoration. What am I thinking of? What should we use? Maybe these blocks? Okay, let's go inside. I've got too many ideas in my brain. Alright, so we are inside. That's the back of the fairground. And the back of the fairground. The back of the entrance. So I'm sure a lot of people have played Planet Coaster. And you know that if you come into the park, what are you looking for? You're probably looking for something to eat, something to drink, and something to occupy your time. So I'm looking at possibly, now here's a possibility. How about if we take this and take that and then build ourselves a little sort of, I don't know, hamburger or a hot dog shop here, ice cream stall over here. I think that'll be fun. So let's go for a nice bright. I'm going to start white. We can always change it. How wide is that? 3.6. That is quite big. That's okay. I haven't built a stall. Why am I starting at the top? We are going to have a door at the back, and I'm guessing outward please. Put walls up here. How high do we want to be? That'll work. And then we can just do a floor like that. Now if I'm standing, I'm walking up to it. That should work, and then we can use that windowsill, our friendly windowsill, and do whatever we want to do with it. Let's just go with a set color for now. Let's do blue. Oh, you're not going to sit there, are you? That's fine. Yes, it's going to flicker for a while, don't worry. I want to see if that's tall enough. There we go. Sort of your entrance to the park. We've got a store here, and I would like, I think let's take it up one more block. You don't want your customer being able to lean right over your counter. That'll work. And then we can, oh, I was doing floor, wasn't I? Oh well. Now we just have to see what these awning. See how big they are. That's quite small. Oh, that's like double layer. Yeah, that's not going to work. That could work. That's just going to block the whole passageway if we... not too bad. Okay. Let's play with that. If we're going to play with that, let's shrink this up a bit. surprisingly enough, as long as these things are on the wall, the awning is happy, which is weird, but fun at the same time. Yeah, that'll work, but if you have the same thing on the other side, you're gonna have a problem, because then you're gonna have the awnings almost, well, that's not too bad. Don't know if I like that. I'm going to leave it, and then we'll come back to it. Because I was also thinking of the archway. So that will sit there. That's quite cute. That's almost like a castle. So if we take that, that could work. I just don't like the stall here then. Yes, that will work quite nicely. Now the next question would be, where is our molding? I was actually watching Renovate build. He was back in House Flipper for a while, and he used these things in the most amazing way. And I was like, I want to do that too. Should we go pink? That's interesting. Okay, am I losing my mind? Or is that looking quite cute? Let me know. You know what would look really, you know what would look really cool right on top of that? Am I losing my mind? Will you sit there? You see, it's very small. So it's almost like a castle. Maybe in green? That green? Red? Blue? Purple. I mean, yes, I have gone a little crazy. This is going. It's not gonna work here. This is too close. We need a little bit more space out here. Let's take that away. All of it gone. There we go. Because, okay, now my thought. So take this back, so we're actually opening it out a little bit and not closing it in. So when you're standing here, you don't really see those at the back there. That looks a bit better. We'll address that. Alright, so tell me guys, what are we going to do here? We will obviously need at least 1 or 2 fun rides. We are going to need a shop that sells, no, not traffic cones. We've got ice creams, we've got hamburgers, we've got hot dogs. We have got, oh, look at all these ice creams. I really feel like one right now. We've got sandwiches, but we can't really sell, you know, bowls of soup. So it's going to have to be like a fun thing. So candy still, or I've got my pictures of the cotton candy, the candy floss. I've got pictures of all kinds of various things. So maybe instead of starting right next to, we should start sort of here. So you actually walk in and then you have a place to come down here. Okay, what am I looking at? 3 meters. Will 3 meters be enough? I don't know. Maybe not. 2.6, 2.8. We are going to need a door in the back of the shop. Or the side. Maybe the side. I think this is better. Okay, so that's 1 meter. That should be more than enough. Yes. The question would be door. If we want a skinny door, we haven't got much option. A standard door, we can probably go with something like this. That should be big enough for a little store of some description. We could probably put some counters in the front here. Let's see how tall we are. You see, that's literally the right height for the cabinets. We can't. We're going to need a really skinny one. There we go. Okay. And if we come out, we can then do our windows. Ah, what the heck? Thank you. And once again, shall we check with the awning before we get all excited here? I have to tap awning again, don't I? That was the one. Okay, so this shop is not big enough for this awning. Or is it? It's a little too small. Okay, this one, it's a little too big. I wish we could, like, enlarge these damn awnings. It's actually not a bad little awning. It's just little being the operative word. Dang it. How wide is that one? Okay, that one will fit. But we need you can see all the research I've done is paying off. I didn't. I have tons of pictures, but I don't have sort of the awning is this size. Come on, thank you. I don't like that awning much. It's very boring. I suppose I'm going to leave it there for now. We can then move in. There we go. And then I suppose you can reach to hand stuff out there. And then we can change these cupboards. Oh boy, what color was that? Ew. Which one? It's that one, I think. You want the top that color. Yes. Front can be white. And the handles can be black. I can live with that, I think. What do you say? And then you can have your shelves and whatever else needs. I just don't like that. I might just it would be 2 of them. Right, let's give this thing a chance. Let's find a pattern. Maybe a zigzag. Should we do zigzag? How about lots and lots of fish? I still don't like it. Okay, let's just do that for now. And we can come back and fight with it. How's that sound? But let's see what we could put in here, because this we could use. Let's see, for home appliances, we are probably going to need milkshake maker. We could go red. Let's go red with this. We could have like a couple of milkshake makers here. Can we fit a fridge in? Yes, we could. We could probably fit a big one. Yes, we could. Okay, that'll work. What happens if we put a corner unit in here instead? work. Let's copy that. Ooh, no. Oh my gosh. Interior white. Thank you very much. But yes, we could do that. We've got, I don't think we have enough space for a second little fridge. No. But that's fine. But that would make a nice little section there. How do you present? But you see, there's your ice cream display, so that should be like front and center there. I can't get past. Hold on. Let's do that and take this all out. And would that one have to come out? Yes. Come on, stand. How much of that would we need to see? Like that. Is that crazy? I don't know. Or do you want that whole thing out here? Let's just pop that around the corner here for now. And take this whole thing out. See, that makes more sense to me. But then what is the actual point of having the cupboards? Yes, I'm shuffling stuff. If we take that out, move that over. You know, does this make sense to you? I presume you would have grills and stuff. Sort of like built into the I'm procrastinating, yes, I know. But I quite like that concept. But do we then need the fridge at the back? No. Would be nice to, you don't really need, because I've placed it here now, these units are not going to fit unless I take this whole thing away and like place that there. But then there is no wall in the front here. I don't think we need a wall, do we? Because that can work. Okay, I'll take it. It's weird. and we can put some shelves on the back, probably. I'm just going to do that for now. We have the stuff if we want to add it. I quite like that. Obviously the color of this needs to change. The top. Details. White. Base, we can do the blue. And then you're literally coming here and you're going, I want that ice cream. But then we need some cones. We need like a thing of cones. Alright, I'm taking that. I am taking that and I'm running with it. This fits perfectly there. I'm in two minds about that still, but we can always make a plan there. And we can always put some interesting things on the back wall. Or we can use shelves on the back wall to store things. Something like this. Do we need the fridge? I suppose we do. You are going to need to be able to open. Close. So you're going to have to go somewhere where you can actually open and close. Let's turn it off because it makes a huge noise and it's irritating. But that can work. And then we can have some stuff on the back shelf here. I have no idea what we're putting there. But we can have some stuff on the back shelf. And probably a chair to sit on because nobody's going to want to work the whole day here. Can I do that on each side? Then we can use let's use the same thing that we've got on the counters. I think it's that one. It's not that one. What the heck is on here? Oh, the top is? Ah. Okay. Let's use that. Is that the right color? Yes, it is. Awesome. And then we can use our baby brick to actually just tie it up. Oh, I'm trying. Oof. There we go. So it literally almost exactly fits in here. Can I have another one of you, please? Thank you. think that would work. And in fact, that's probably a nice place to put a little shelf. Have we got any baby shelves? Medium? Don't think we've got anything small enough. See, that sticks out. So that's gonna get in the way. Okay, let's play with this one instead, shall we? Because it's just the right depth. There we go. That'll work, because then these can go and stand. You can stand on a shelf. I know you can stand on a shelf. Those can stand on a shelf, and then we just need to decorate and put in a floor and put in a ceiling and all that good stuff. So this is the feel that I'm looking for. We're probably going to build around to here. I wouldn't mind putting an interesting stall in the center here. I'm thinking of maybe some sort of game, but a stall. So a prize. What have we got in the way of games? We've got this, the ring toss. So we can maybe do a ring toss. And then we've got all the toys that we can win. So that is my thought process. And then we can build. I promise I'll be more organized on Wednesday, and I will start trying to figure out how the heck I'm going to build a Ferris wheel in the background here. It's not going to be round, because there's nothing that's round in this game, but it could be interesting. So ideas, thoughts, suggestions, let me know what you think. And I'm going to leave it here. So guys, thanks so much for watching. If you've got this far, please subscribe. Hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.